in the Industrial Commission's brief filed before the Supreme Court, they're talking about me being arrested and how there have been a mistake on a wording about how that he was arrested. He made a deal out of how he was arrested, and he stated that he wasn't arrested in Payette on August 22nd. But isn't it a fact that I was arrested on August 22nd of 2008? But isn't it a fact? Because you haven't really talked about it in your brief, but you do talk about how I was in trouble with the law and stuff, and how I was arrested here on this issue and arrested on this issue. But the August 22nd of 2008, I was arrested for doing 96 miles an hour through Ontario, Oregon. But isn't it a fact that on August 21st, because I found this letter, that a doctor had written a letter to Dr. Hansen in regards to if I don't get some kind of mental or psychological help or something like that, that something drastic may go wrong because of my stability. My doctor has seen my stability decline or whatever. And isn't it a fact the very next day I snapped? And I took this to a jury trial. Isn't it a fact that Dr. Hansen testified at my trial? Dr. Steiberg, my psychiatrist, testified at my hearing. Jay Wickham, my counselor, he testified at my hearing. And isn't it a fact that it was in relation to my injury, as my doctors have said? You didn't see that? You three commissioners who did your own findings of facts and conclusions of law? Are you saying that you looked right over that too? But you know that that's the truth. It's a fact. And it is in connection with this accident. Just like they had put it in a letter. So, you see, why don't you just come out instead of beating around the bush and quit wording shit in a manner that takes people away from the actual fact that really needs to be talked about? Because in other areas, you're trying to make it look like something else also. But isn't it a fact? August 22nd, 2008, I was arrested, put in jail for 2 weeks, finally released on medical issues. And then I took it to a jury trial, and I was found not guilty of eluding the police officer because I had a blackout. I had a blackout. And you all wrote a letter to Dr. Hansen, and Dr. Hansen replied to your letter and stated about how I was arrested. And it was, because of my medication and blah, 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 blah. But, it is in relation. Who's responsible for that? Let's get it all out.